The Leo ascendant represents the symbol of the lion, which is the king of the jungle. The sun, who is the lord of the sign Leo, is also the significator of the first house, and it signifies the self. So, when the Leo sign is in the first house, these people tend to have somewhat a striking singular appearance. They often have a regal, king like demeanor and exhibit a strong sense of self interest. They think a lot about themselves, and because they have a kingly character, they tend to prefer that people work for them rather than doing individual tasks themselves. They find satisfaction in having others work for them. It is also found that these individuals have a strong tendency towards politics. Many politicians are influenced by Leo ascendant or the sun, and the reason is that the sun means governance, power, administration. So, politics is also a common trait among Leo ascendants. The sun, which rules the Leo sign, becomes debilitated in the third house. The third house governs younger siblings, neighbors, courage, and communication. This debilitation means that Leo ascendants may dominate the younger siblings and prevent them from becoming prominent figures in the family, or same they might have with their neighbors. They are likely to be the dominant. They are likely to have a dominant presence among their friends or in the local community, striving to take the lead as if they were kings. However, because the sun is debilitated in the third house, the courage and the regal demeanor they project often do not align with the actual efforts, as a king would prefer others to act on their behalf. These individuals may showcase bravery and authority more in appearance than in actual action. This is akin to a king who, during a war, does not lead the battle directly but instead relies on his knight, the Mars, to handle the fighting, strategy, and execution. The king's role is more about maintaining a regal image, overseeing the efforts, while the knight carries out the real effort. Similarly, these individuals may project a commanding presence but rely on others to accomplish the task. The sun is exalted in the ninth house, which also relates to the father. Therefore, in these individuals' lives, their father may be an important figure or they might gain significantly because of their father. The presence of the father can bring certain benefits. Since the ninth house represents fortune and natural luck, these individuals tend to have a natural ease with things and are often considered lucky. Additionally, the ninth house is associated with religion, so these people usually have an interest in religion. When we consider this in conjunction with politics, we find that many leaders with Leo ascendant will be right wing or somewhat conservative, often with a religious inclination. Now, if we consider the fourth house and the ninth house, Mars is the ruler of both the houses. The fourth house represents land, property, and home, while the ninth house signifies fortune and gains and luck. So, the Leo ascendant, they tend to gain or they are fortunate with real estate and can become very successful in this field, making substantial gains from property. Additionally, since the fourth house is also associated with mother, these individuals might benefit significantly from the mother or the mother might benefit from them. In general, Leo ascendants derive considerable advantages from their parents, both from the mother's side and the father's side. As observed in previous slides, they gain both from their father and mother, showing that they typically benefit greatly from parental figures. In a Leo ascendant chart, the eighth house is ruled by Jupiter, which becomes exalted in the 12th house. The eighth house is associated with scandals, dishonor, and reputation damage. Therefore, individuals of Leo ascendant may experience some scandals or damage to their reputation. This is compounded by the fact that Venus, which rules the 10th house of career, is exalted in the 8th house in area of scandals. Scandals are more likely to occur if they are involved in politics or public facing roles, where public scrutiny could lead to reputation issues. However, another aspect to consider is that the eighth house is also related to inheritance. These individuals often receive significant inheritance from their parents, which they do not have to work for. They may benefit from inherent support that positions them advantageously, requiring minimal effort on their part. Jupiter, being the ruler of both the fifth house of children and the eighth house of inheritance, implies that the individuals may provide substantial support to their children. Since the fifth house pertains to the children and the eighth house involves inheritance, they are likely to pass a considerable amount of inheritance to their offsprings. Now let's look at some examples of Leo ascendants. One such case is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a Leo ascendant and has served as the President of the United States from 2017 to 2021. Prior to that, he was a businessman with a real estate business called Trump Industries. He received a small loan. Talking of inheritance, he received a small loan of $1 million from his father, which indicates that his father was already quite successful. His father was a significant figure in real estate, and Donald Trump had become a millionaire by the age of 8. Trump had inherited a total of $60 million from his father. He essentially started his career at a millionaire level. His father made him the president of the real estate business, and Trump went on to build his entire real estate empire. When we discuss scandals, Trump is notable for being the only American president to have been impeached twice, which is unprecedented. Trump displays many traits associated with the Leo ascendant. If you listen to his speeches, they are often centered around himself, claiming that he knows everything and is an expert in every field. He is very self centered and often claims to be the best at everything. This makes Trump a prime example of a Leo ascendant. Another case study is of Rajiv Gandhi. Rajiv Gandhi served as the Prime Minister of India. Although he initially had no interest in politics, he ended up entering it. This shows that either you will have an interest in politics and pursue it, or the politics will pull you in, as we see with both scenarios. Rajiv Gandhi had to enter politics even though he was not initially interested in it. His mother, Indira Gandhi, had already established a significant political legacy. When Indira Gandhi passed away, Rajiv Gandhi, despite having no political experience and very limited local support, was thrust into politics. He was only 40 years old when he became the Prime Minister of India. Despite minimal effort on his part, such as not having to fight uh, within the party, he was appointed directly to the role. Regarding the scandals and controversies, his tenure had some of the most significant issues among all the Indian prime ministers. During Rajiv Gandhi's period, we had the Bhopal gas tragedy, the Bofors scandal, and the Shabano case. For instance, in Shabano case, he used his power to change legal judgments and modify constitutional laws to his advantage, completely overturning court decisions. His inheritance was substantial with his children, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra, inheriting their political legacy. Rahul Gandhi received everything, including becoming the president of the Indian National Congress, and Priyanka Vadra also received significant political support. Despite their efforts and ground level work, the foundation had already been set for them. They didn't have to struggle much to achieve the positions and benefits.